Okay, now to continue altering our image to start the Andy Warhol effect. Again, these tools, if you don't see them initially, you want to go ahead and go to Window and make sure that Layers is checked. The Navigator is checked. That'll open up this tool. And make sure that your history is checked as well so that you can see all the steps that you've done and you're able to go back. Okay, the first thing that we're going to do to our image is we're going to crop it so that it's more of a square shape. That's what our final canvas will be, which we'll make that file later after we change the picture. So the crop tool is this one here. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth tool. If you hold down your tool, all the ones with the little black arrows, that means they have another sub tool menu. So just be aware that as you hold them down, you'll see other tools come up. But in this case, we want to use the one that you see, the crop tool. So we'll go ahead and make a selection, keeping again the shape kind of square. And you can move these anchor points in and out and adjust the way that you want it to be. And what's nice about the new Photoshop program is that it actually has these little dash lines based on the rule of thirds, which is a very good tool when you're trying to set up a composition if you're actually creating artwork. But that's just a side note. So everything that's shaded is what's going to be deleted. So if you're happy with your selection, go ahead and press Enter, and you have just cropped your picture. All right. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change this picture to grayscale mode. So we're going to go to Image, Mode, and click Grayscale. All right, it's going to ask us if we want to discard our color information, and we're going to go ahead and click Discard. And now we have a grayscale photograph. All right, so now on to creating this black effect for the black ink silkscreen. All right, we're going to go ahead and copy this image, and to do this, instead of just clicking New Layer, we're going to drag our existing layer onto the New Layer icon, and then we create an actual duplicate copy of our picture. So now I'll always have this base photograph. If I ever need to go backwards, I would have my original photograph to work from. So this is an important step just to preserve your photograph from being altered. All right. The highlighted layer is the layer that I'm making changes to. So make sure that the layer that you're working on is always highlighted. Another important thing is to organize your layers by naming them accordingly. So to do that, all you do is you simply double click on the words, and then you can go ahead and type in the name you want to give it. So in this case, I'm going to call this one Photograph, and just press Enter. A simple renaming the layer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a couple things. We're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels, and here we're going to make sure that we have a really good range in value. So we're going to adjust this little pyramid to be at the peak, one of the tallest peaks that we first come to. So we don't want to bring it all the way to the right. We just want to bring it until we get to a decent dark value. So you can see that the low tones in her picture have now become darker. So I think that's good. And then the same thing for the white pyramid. We want to go ahead and bring that to a high peak that we first come to. And so now the whites are about as white as they can get. Click OK. And then we're going to go ahead and add the threshold effect, which is creating our picture to be just completely black. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Threshold, and here is where we need to now decide how much information do we want to keep, how much do we want to get rid of. So you can see as you toggle this little arrow alongside, we can decide where we want to be. So with her, I definitely want to keep her chin line. I don't want that to disappear. So I'm going to probably do it right about there and click OK. Some of you I know I've showed you how to use multiple images in case you like it lighter in some areas and darker in others. You can actually combine the two images together. But for this tutorial's sake, I'm just going to go with one image. The next thing we want to do is to delete all the white pixels, so we're only left with the black. So again, we're still highlighted on this layer, and now we're going to use what's called the magic wand tool. So again, make sure that the tool that you want is the one that's showing. If this one was on, then I would hold down and just select the magic wand tool. Make sure these boxes are unchecked. Usually they come in checked, so go ahead and uncheck them, and that way it'll select every white pixel on the picture, even the ones inside the eyes, every one that you see. And then with a quick hit of delete, all the white ones will be deleted. And a quick way to check is just to turn off your photograph layer and make sure that that happened, which in my case it didn't. So there we go. All right, the eyes will turn layers on and off, so I'm going to turn off my picture layer, and I'm going to press Control or Command D to get rid of my selection, and you can see there that you have your silkscreen effect.